Hello, and welcome to today's Tech Talk. My name is Calum, and today I'm going to be going over a powerful little tool that's built into Windows. It's been embedded in Windows ever since Windows Vista, I believe. Very powerful little tool. A bunch of people, it seems, don't know about it. Every time I show a new group of people this tool, they're always really impressed and blown away at how simple and powerful this tool is. So without further ado, let's get into it. First thing you're going to do is open a run box and type in PSR. PSR stands for Problem Steps Recorder. Once you execute that, this little window is going to pop up in the top left corner, um, and you're basically ready to go. You can start recording. I recommend, though, that you go into the settings first, and there's really only three options. It's a very simple tool. You can specify the output file location, enable screen capture, yes or no, and the number of recent screen captures to store. I highly recommend that you actually put something in here. I'm going to call this demo. Put something in here because if you leave it blank, what I think the program does is it stores everything that you're doing in memory and then asks you where to save it at the end. If you're doing a lot of steps or a lot of screen captures or something like that, it can fill up your memory and actually crash the program, in my experience. So always, my recommendation is to always put an output file location. Next, screen captures. The default's 25. If you have more than 25 steps in whatever process you're trying to record, it's only going to remember the most recent 25 screen captures. I like to set this to 999. You cannot record 1,000 steps with screen captures. 999 is the max. So I'm going to hit that. And then we're going to hit start record. Now, the way this tool works, every time you click, it's going to take a screenshot and record some information about what it is that you're doing. So I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate how to change your computer name. If you notice, while I click around, there's a little red orb that kind of pulses every time I click. Okay. Captures only take place on clicks and also on scrolls. A lot of people don't realize that. If you're scrolling around a page a lot, it's going to be taking a lot of captures. So I'm going to go ahead and type in some information here. It is important to note that anything you type is not going to be captured. This is not a keylogger tool. Okay, it's only going to capture screenshots when you click. So if I was to, for example, click enter right now instead of clicking next, then in the recording you would have no idea what it was I typed in this box. Okay, so it's important if you're trying to capture text to click so that it can be stored. Okay, so it says one or more of the characters I typed didn't work. That's good because I actually didn't want to click that. I don't want to change my computer name right now. Anyway, I'm going to click cancel. So let's say that I'm done doing my little walkthrough or my recording. I'm going to hit stop record. One more thing I'll touch on is add comment. If you click on add comment, and it's actually going to blank out the recording, but it's going to open up a little box where I can type a comment. I just randomly put some text in there so you can see what that looks like when I'm all done. I'm going to click stop record. All right, so it just dumped a zip file onto my desktop, which I just opened up. It's going to be named recording with the date and time that your recording ended. I'm going to drag this out of the zip file and open that guy up. As you can see, I do have dual screen here, so it will capture both screens. There's no way to tell it just to capture from one or the other. So if you want to do just single screen capture, you actually have to go in and disable your other screen for the duration of the recording. So you have a couple hyperlink options here. You can review the steps as a slideshow, review additional details. That just shoots you down to the bottom to the debug data. And I'll show you that here in a minute. But on this screenshot, if I click on it, it'll pop it out to full resolution. And as you can see, my first click was down here on File Explorer. It is always going to draw a nice little green box around the area that you clicked to draw attention to that area. Click it again, it's going to make it small. But as you can see, shows date, time, what the user did, and in what window. Okay, always a green box around what you're interacting with. And if I scroll down to the bottom, you can see how it's all grayed out here. with my user comment that I typed. So as you're going through the steps, if you wanted to make a note, for example, always rename your computer according to corporate policy or something like that, you can just throw that comment in there. Further down at the bottom, it has all of our debug data. It's going to show you the name of the program that I'm interacting with, the actual process that's running, what the version of that is, and it's going to give you much more detailed information. Depending on what your job function is, this information could be very helpful. So that's PSR in a nutshell. It is a powerful little tool to walk through problems. If you have a user that's remote or something like that, that's having an issue and you can't physically go have the user demonstrate what's wrong, you can just have them run a PSR, walk through the problem, and then once you review it, you can actually do a PSR for the solution and just send it back to them from the comfort of your desk. There's a bunch of different use cases. Another example would be as if you're doing a class or you're trying to walk people through stuff and you have to do a brief or a PowerPoint or something like that. I can't tell you how many times I have gone step by step, and at every step I use the Windows snipping tool to take a screenshot for my PowerPoint. It's much easier just to run through the whole process, and then you can take your snips from this document instead. So super powerful tool. It's free, no download necessary. It's built into Windows. You just got to know that it's there to use it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions or comments, please drop them down in the comment box. And as always, if there's anything that you want me to go over, drop that in the comments too. I'd be more than happy to do a video on anything that you guys want. Thank you for your time. God bless, and be sure to like and subscribe.